Hey everybody, welcome to my stream, Glacier_Silver on the PlayStation Network. Go by Glacier Silver Strike, and in this game, I go by Laura Khan. It's normally what I go by when I'm a female character. Um, just sending out an invite to some of my friends so they can watch me stream. Starting later than I thought I was going to, so probably gave up hope on me. I'm getting started on this story a little late compared to some people. I had to finish the post content, and then a bunch of stuff at work happened. But I'm gonna get to it. Um, Alright, that link has been sent to my friends. So, just a little pointer here. This is gonna definitely have spoilers in it. It is the actual story of Endwalker. I've not done anything in Endwalker. I finished Shadowbringer just around Thanksgiving, and then I finished post content in the beginning of December, and I stopped as soon as I got to the actual first quest. Right after, it was about 2 weeks after Endwalker came out, I got to the first quest. So I'm gonna go and get this thing started. I won't be reading the dialogue out loud, but I will try to read it slow enough where you guys can read along if you want. Now, if don't read as fast as me or something, then you can always pause and rewind the video a little bit. I'm gonna try to hit all the story stuff for the actual Endwalker and try to ignore everything that's not story when I'm doing the actual storyline. Now, I will be gathering Aether Currents while I'm streaming. I don't plan on doing a whole separate thing for that because normally they're near the course. Like in Shadowbringer, I got 8 out of 10 in like every single area, like while I was doing the storyline. So really easy to get them as long as you're paying attention. Hope everybody's ready. Let's get this thing rolling. I am currently going through the beginning of Endwalker's storyline in Final Fantasy XIV. It's the new expansion if you don't play Final Fantasy XIV. I know my sound's working. That's good. But I'm gonna take my time, and that way, if anyone wants to read along, they can. But mostly, I'm running through the storyline, and it'll be multiple parts in case you haven't played this game before. But it's hundreds of hours of story. Yes, I did fix the discoloration. That is actually due to the fact that I'm not using OBS. I am streaming directly from the PS5. That's why you don't see my camera. I'm just streaming straight off the PS5. OBS was messing it up for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, that's what the game's supposed to really look like. I could re-download OBS, but I don't know if it's actually the software or if it's the settings. I'm not worried about that right now. I'll deal with it later. I spent 6+ hours trying to fix it, and I got it close. But no matter what I tried to do, I couldn't get the quality of the text in the game to show up on my phone. And then with one click of the share button on my controller and 3 clicks of the X button, I can with the PlayStation 5. So I gonna focus on the PS5 right now. Feels like a shame that I bought such a good computer though, and can't stream the way I want to. We'll see in the future though. I'll try to figure it out later. Just figured I'd get the show on the road. I'm getting this expansion started late. I'm a month behind. No, this is already going at a fast pace compared to the previous expansions. This is the way it feels to me already. I mean, one cutscene in, we're already heading off to the new area. And I will try to avoid actually using names of places and people too often. I know I've been told from my South African friends that I pronounce everything wrong. We will see though. Whatever that song is, don't get me demonetized. That's all I gotta say right now. Yeah, a lot of people on our server, Spriggan over here, they like to sit in Limsa and play music and party and ERP. I normally hang out in Gordania. Uh, the ticket is non-refundable. 3 seconds later, oh, somebody's gonna stay behind. Totoro upset about the money. Ah.
They've almost finished loading our cargo. We should be ready to depart right on schedule, or so I'm told.
Listening to girl and watching Iris be not say so. Interesting. I'll get back to that topic after the cutscene's over.
Excellent. 'Tis nice to have a smooth beginning to one's journey, at the very least.
It's funny. Master Louis Soir came here on a ship very much like this one. And now, years later, the street urchin he befriended that day is bound for his mentor's homeland. With his mentor's grandchildren, no less.
Aye. 'Tis upon reflection that every twist of time's river and fate's whims are brought into sharp relief. Thou hast matured much in the intervening years. Wert thou not caught attempting to relieve Master Louis Soir of his purse scant moments after he made landfall upon this dock?
Oh, really? Now that's a tale I'd like to hear.
Will this be your first visit to Charlian, Sir Estinian? Sir Estinian?
Are we strangers newly met? Why this stiff formality?
I, merely meant it as a professional courtesy, since we are now colleagues in an official sense.
I'd rather you dispense with the sirs, especially in private company. Or I'll be forced to respond in kind, little Lord Alphino.
That's good.
You've made your point, Estinian. Painfully well.
I really appreciate what they're doing with this character.
Better.
Are you all right, Tataru? You seem positively distraught.
Distraught? Me? Don't be silly. I think it's lovely that they get to see their homeland. It's just, we're trying to thwart the schemes of an army hellbent on destroying the world. And, once again, I have to stay behind and worry that this is the last time I'll get to see my friends.
Ooh, that second choice is kind of mean. Really shouldn't make promises I
I'll
can't.
hold you to that.
actually keep plenty of people die.
Ah, good. You're still here.
Hori! Coulternay! What brings you all this way?
We're to assist the Maelstrom and the Kobolds with a lunar primal operation, so we thought we'd see you off before heading to the tower. Flamine and the others wish you all a safe journey, and promise that they'll look after things here until you return. We will too, of course. Aye, we, your fellow Scions of the Seventh Dawn, will do our part to ensure the end of the world won't happen on our watch.
I'm pretty sure in the fine details of their life insurance plan, it probably says somewhere in there, will not be paid out cash if sacrifice life to save realm. Something like that. Like, you sacrifice yourself to save everybody else, we don't pay it out. Has to be natural causes. A sword, an axe, not a spell that separates your soul from your body, that kind of thing. Also, if they're smart, they'd put in fine print, death by Ascian is not included.
We set the sail! All aboard for Charlotte!
It's time.
Then we must delay no longer. We will contact you the moment we learn aught of value. Wish us luck.
Have a safe journey, and please, please, be careful.
And so you venture forth unto the unknown. A fate beyond the horizon that cannot be divined. A future undefined and in flux. In uncertain times, naught but the simplest words of wisdom will suffice. That which lives is destined to die. Love leads to loss. Every beginning has an end. Treasure every moment, every step of your descent. And there, in the depths where souls and stars rest, find your truth.
Here. Feel. Think.
The day has barely dawned, my fellow earlier riser. Though we're hardly alone in that. Envious of those still sleeping soundly, no doubt. Called out to you, you say? I've heard nothing myself. In any case, I dare say the sea air will do you good. Why not join the others on deck? Charlian should be coming into view at any moment.
I can't wait. When we pull in the port, it's going to look awesome. The waterfall from that trailer is probably going to look so awesome. I hope there's a sunrise coming up over the city or something from behind it or something. That'd be really cool.
My voice yet reaches you. I am glad. Hear, feel, think. And thus do we meet face to face at last. My warrior of light, guided by the crystal.
The second choice down here so far has both of them have been kind of deep cutting comments. They really should have a middle ground. Questioning versus distrust. It should be something neutral.
After your sojourn in the First, I believe you have your answer. You have gained an understanding of what I truly am, what Hydaelyn has always been, a primal. Zodiac was created to forestall the apocalypse which threatened the ancient world, and I was brought forth to bind him. Yet 7 times now, those who would orchestrate a return to that bygone era have rejoined a shard to the god I had sundered. The greater his strength grows, the swifter does mine own diminish. The power to draw your mind into the rift betwixt is no longer mine to wield.
Twixt. These some really unique words in here.
Yet though it taxes me sorely, I dare not leave these words unsaid. Even bereft of my guidance, you and your companions have accepted the burden of this star's troubled past. A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine. Wheels shudder and turn. Conflict looms. Monumental. Which will decide the fate of this world and all life upon it. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time. Another age.
Cast your peepers to the fore, folks. Sharlian's just over yonder.
I will not keep you further. Your traveler's heart must yearn to behold this unfamiliar land. We shall meet again, and soon.
Oh, what a fine morning. Oh, still a bit stiff though.
And a good morning to you too. Taking a look at the island already?
Then let's go. Let's go. Might still be room in the prow if we're lucky.
Ah, the sleepers have arisen. There she is. Good old Sharlian.
That theme song.
Oh, I see it.
Catchy. Very catchy.
Home. Home at last. Well, maybe not in Father's eyes, but we'll manage on our own, if we must.
You do know you're not alone in this, don't you?
Indeed. 'Tis as Sir Estinian said. Forget not the comrades who boarded this ship at your side, I prithee.
Thank you, my friends. We are ever grateful for your steadfast support.
Upon arrival, we will be disembarking into the heart of Sharlian proper. There is no greater concentration of wisdom in all the world. I am confident that somewhere within that center of knowledge and learning, we will find the answers we seek.
And so it begins. You could also call it the end.
Sharlian, the solitary island nation of the northern seas. Where under the watchful gaze of Thaliak, patron deity of scholars, academics hoard all manner of knowledge and secrets. Once, they deigned to accept foreign students into a distant colony maintained in the Dravanian hinterlands. How swiftly they abandoned it once the first Garlean boot set hostile foot on Alamegan soil. So averse to the prosecution of war, these men of wisdom, your would-be allies.
I thought they'd never let us off the ship. What's next then? Entry applications?
Yeah, skip that.
Hopefully they find no cause to deny us.
Hasn't Charlian all but severed relations with foreign powers? Those of us without direct ties, myself included, may be refused outright.
'Tis true that, as a nation, Charlian only forms trade agreements with a select few neutral countries. But from a practical standpoint, an island cannot afford to be overly strict with its borders. Especially not if that island's people are wholly devoted to the accumulation of knowledge.
I am live. It's completely public. Anyone can come in here.
If one submits the proper paperwork, with satisfactory evidence of identity and intent, then foreigners may be granted entry.
May.
Quite. So let us be absolutely clear on these points before we proceed. The immigration officer will ask for your affiliation and your purpose of visit. Considering Charlian's views on intervention, I strongly suggest we avoid any mention of the Scions. Kral has laid the groundwork for us to act as associates of the students of Baldessian, and our ostensible reason for being here is to aid in their order's restoration. Grahatir, it might expedite our progress should an actual student be seen at the head of our little group. Would you mind leading the way?
Of course. The immigration officers were this way, as I recall.
I'm not sure how Garatia, I believe that's how you say his name, is going to be able to help us.
We've just arrived and are eager to make our way into the city. Would you be so kind as to process our entry applications?
He understands the system. He's been here before, but that's in the future. Like, far into the future. Because he's a time traveler. So he wouldn't be a registered student right now, I don't think. It was like completely misunderstood that entire time traveling storyline.
Certainly. I see by your mark you are an Archon.
Oh. That's what that tattoo's for.
I am. Grahatir of the Students of Baldessian at your service. I was assigned to an Eorzean survey team, but have returned to assist with the reformation of my order. My associates here will provide additional support.
Very good. I have paperwork detailing your group and its scheduled arrival for today. And it seems some few of your companions are also Archons. If you'll step forward, we...
Ishtola rule.
See how it glows? That list is etherically linked with the citizen registry kept in the main repository.
I've confirmed your status as Archons and amended your travel records accordingly. Well... Now, who do we have here?
Alphino Leveilleur.
And Alize Leveilleur.
Your applications have also been approved. Having said that, the streets are abuzz with talk of how House Leveilleur's lord disowned his young progeny. And while such personal circumstances constitute no reason to deny you entry, I urge you to avoid exacerbating your present situation. Times are quite troubled enough already.
We shall keep that in mind.
These last two are not Sharlayan natives, but you will find their credentials are in order. An application was made in advance.
Name and occupation?
Oof. Well, they don't like fighting, so I'm an artisan.
Indeed. Your profile describes you as an adventurer, but one also trained in the rather more constructive pursuits of procurement and production. You may enter. And you, sir?
Estinian Valino, formerly of the Order of the Knights Dragoon in Ishgard.
Formally, at least. And what, pray tell, is your profession?
If you'll allow me... My associate is a mercenary, hired for his strength at arms. Surely you are aware of the dangers we often face on our forays into the...
Mistress Baldessian, if you insist on sponsoring his entry, then so be it. But while I appreciate that desperate times call for desperate measures, I find your choice of company concerning. Be advised that even a single misstep may have severe repercussions for your organ.
I have every confidence in my chosen company, dear and trusted comrades that they are. But I thank you for your concern.
Croyle, it is good to see you.
Likewise. Long voyage notwithstanding, you will seem none the worse for wear. There is much to discuss, but this is hardly the place. Let's be on our way, shall we? Oh! Welcome, friends, to Sharlayan.
As your mercenary, I should hope my welcome includes a generous salary.
Well, I had to say something, Sir Taciturn.
Well, I did just get off a boat. I mean, there's usually a beach near the ocean. I mean, really, this isn't a beach because no sand, just a port. This isn't a small island, I think. Okay. We'll take a little pause from the main storyline to show you. These red areas right here. This is all the Limsa zone. I'm not going to even try to pronounce their actual area, but it is a pirate place. But if you want to see a beach, let me show you a beach. I probably shouldn't have done that. I really probably shouldn't have done that just now. But this is a beach. This guy right here, he owns the beach. Don't be too jealous of him. He's a Lawfell. He's evil. All Lawfell are evil. Shh, I didn't say that. No one heard me. I really shouldn't have teleported here without sinking to that area. So now it's time to figure out how to get back. Yeah. Cat ladies, yeah, he has quite a few. Actually, let me show you something. So those are his two personal. He's got a secretary and then his fangirl. His fangirl. Ha. But he actually has a small little area over here. Well, they're all like training. There are his cat girls training, getting ready to entertain him and his guests. But seriously, I wasn't thinking. Probably lack of sleep from last night. I did not sync with the teleport crystal before I teleported out of that new zone. Again, ignore the music. That, like, 2 seconds of music. Really hope it isn't, like, copyrighted somehow. I'm really hoping that I can just talk to these people and somehow ferry. Nope. Maybe this guy. Come on. Yes. Okay. This is a tutorial right here. If you mess up and don't get the teleporting crystal to the new zone, this is how you go there. I just followed my gut there and figured it out. Yeah, don't pull a me, and let's just go ahead and do it. Let's attune to the main aetheryte. Their aetheryte looks weird. It kind of looks like the quest giver speech bubble. I'm gonna play this just as simple on some cat girls. Okay. You don't need to do that. You could be a cat girl. I mean, I personally think that they're one of the better looking races. I mean, you can make a Lalafell, like Krill right here. She doesn't actually have cat ears. That's her hood. She always pretends to be a cat girl, but she is actually a Lalafell. And yes, you can make a Lalafell, males or females, even though there's not that much difference. They're basically walking potatoes. This is an Auron, who is a part dragon person. They actually have different tails and different horns. And that is another player right there. You've already seen my character a little bit in cutscenes, but Mystique or something? I don't know. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Please don't kill me, fan people. I've been playing this game a long time, but the pronunciation of things, not the best. There are also the bunny girls, like Fran. Actually, I think they might have added the male version of the bunnies into the game recently. Also, don't kill me if I'm wrong about that, but I think they did with the expansion or right before it or something. So now they can be kind of like that outfit, especially the beanie. Let's see. It's a flannel knit cap. I like that. Let's see. There are quite a few different races in the game. That's a different type of tail right there. You got that lion's tail. But you also have two different types of the cat girls, which they're actually male cat girls now. And there's also lion people. I can't remember what they're called. And these big Rogar guys. And they're female counterpart, like that one right there. You can those are playable classes or races too. Then you have the Humes, which are called something else. So basically, they're humans. So you have a lot of options for your. Yeah, there's a lot of options for making your character. You can be. I believe they all have male-female versions now. There were certain ones like the cats could only be girls, and the bunnies were added. There are male cat girls yet. Right here. This is a male. He's actually a character in the game, not a player. He's an NPC. But yes, they added the male version somewhat recently. Wasn't available in the beginning. I think probably the least played are the Rothgars, the big burly male and females, and then followed up by the cat boy and then the bunny boy. I think are the currently probably change, especially the bunny boy. I think there's more and more bunnies. I think the Rothgar though, from last time I checked, was the least played. You hardly ever see them. Alright, let's get some more story in. Male cat girls launch into position. Okay. I know we're not supposed to go this way, I don't think, for the quest, but I gotta see. You cannot enter the waterfall statue. What a shame. So mentioned earlier in the story, they eat bland food here, but that's quite odd to me. I mean, if they're really that intelligent, wouldn't they try to bring a cook with them here? Hey, it's safe, no war. Come with us, good cook. Make us tasty food. I mean, just seems a little silly. I don't know if it's my new 4K monitor, but I'm really liking the color scheme of these new areas that I've seen. Just well made. The market is too good right now for me not to try to keep something on there. It's a unique weapon style. Ah. Okay, that's good. Gotta remember that. It's funny how they talk about something and then, like, I'm pretty sure they're talking about the fountain, and it won't even let me look at it. They should fix that. Maybe zoom in on the thing we're actually talking about or something. We're gonna sit here and talk about the fountain and how it looks. Let's Is that a real word? Alright, folks, give me a second. Google to the rescue. Really just wonder, did they make this word up? I mean, it uses the root word nymph, which usually refers to attractiveness. Look at Google auto-correcting what I just typed in, so it probably isn't real. Again, it corrected it. Stop that. A grotto or shrine dedicated to a nymph or nymphs. Okay. So I guess water nymphs is where this is based off of. Interesting. Yum. Yum. You know, the funny thing is, when I was in Europe, I remember, pretty sure it was Italy, I saw fountains that looked just like this, except for they were much older looking. And less flowery, like no flowers. All concrete, basically, all stone. I think it was more stone than concrete. It was definitely in the Roman style. Well, it is Italy, so that would make sense. I know this is like the third or fourth time she said Raha, but it's very strange to me that she came up with a nickname for him, and they barely know each other, from what I understand. I don't know how much time has actually passed since we got back from the first and the start of Endwalker and where we're at right now. But before today, I had never noticed that she ever called him Raha. Because, I mean, his name is Graha. So it's like has the G before the Raha. Graha. Tia. I said at the beginning of this I wouldn't talk about their names because I can't pronounce stuff very well. But it just seems weird. He's homesick. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with you. Just pronounce it the way you think it needs to be pronounced in English and brute force it. The thing is, fans, they're really sensitive. It's almost better just not even say the word than to say it and get it wrong. Now, I'll try to avoid saying her name, but the female twin, I always say it wrong. And that's the one my friends from South Africa get upset about. It's true. And they usually know best. You can't, I mean, no one can blame me on this one. Like, Archon Nycrimpt? I mean, is that how you say that? Never even heard of this guy before now, but that is I bet it's a cat person because it has like almost like a Naya, like the meow sound they like to do. Well, the twins' parents certainly have a big home. Wait, I swear I thought I saw a marker here. Sorry about that. Ah, dwarves. They don't have beards, though. You know, on my PlayStation screen, your emotes come up as dialogue. It looked really weird. I don't think I've ever seen dwarves outside of the first in Eorzea. In the source. That's cool. I wonder if they shaved off their beards or if these are females or something. Interesting. Oh. I just remembered something. At the beginning of this quest, it told you can't teleport. If you teleport, it like turns the quest off. So I was right. That was the location I needed to go, but I wasn't allowed to teleport there. Well, I will try. Oyika Sunjika. Oyika Sunjika. There's somebody hiding in the back of the room I just noticed. Does she remind you of Ina? It's like tic-tac-toe on that thing. Corners are the best, just to let you know. I wouldn't go middle. I know you're excited about those figurines. Someday I will hopefully get my OBS working. That, or I'll get this game on my PC. Now that I have a decent PC. And shame though having a PS5 and switching over to the PC. I'll be able to show everybody all my figurines and whatnot. I have a couple of the Final Fantasy. I got 2 of the Final Fantasy 14 ones. I got the twins. No, I got a couple other cool statues. I'm not gonna spoil them. I'd rather show them off. You saw the twins earlier in that cutscene. They're currently a little bit sad. Right before. Anybody that hasn't done Shadowbringer that cares, you should not listen to the next statement. Skip a minute and a half into this, past this. But earlier, like right before the end of Shadowbringer post content, like 2 quests before it ends. They are disowned. Both the twins are disowned by their father. We saw their mansion earlier, and in the story they told us to stay away from the mansion. It's not time to go talk to them yet. But he's a bigwig here in Charlian, and he came to talk to us, the Scions. His children were just a bonus. He's glad to see them. But when they basically begged him to join forces with the Eorzean army to fight off I'm gonna say Garleans, but it's this new force that's come out with Zeon leading them into battle, but to fight against them, because they're planning on like destroying the entire planet. Well, they have a peaceful thing going on here. They're pacifists. They refuse to fight anybody. So that's why they ran to this island and they left the homeland, the Idleshire. They abandoned Idleshire and came back to old Charlian because they were that afraid of fighting. Which they can say whatever they want, but they're cowards. That's what they are. And their father said, if that's your opinion, then you are not my children, and disowned them and said not to use their last name anymore. Personally, I think we need to get his wife, their mother, on board. And I do wonder if he married into the family, or if he's actually the son of their grandfather. Because he does not sound like their grandfather at all. He was awesome. Pure, unadulterated awesomeness. And their dad does not sound awesome at all. I mean, anybody that plays the Bahamut raid, they'll get to see a cutscene in there where he freaking punches a meteorite. Oh, good King Mogomog. That is hard to read. I give up. Interesting map. Is that the Crystal Tower, maybe? Rushia ASMR. Have fun with that. I mean, it probably just sounds like a chopping board. It's like, Rushia fans, don't kill me. You feel the same way. Huh. That's that one zone, Heaven's Ward at the end of it. It's really cool looking. Oh yeah, big map. Stuff's written on there. Correct me if I'm wrong, doesn't she speak Japanese almost entirely? Kind of reminds me of Titiana the Fairy Queen. Well, have fun. I won't be switching to that, but I did watch some EN stuff earlier. I was enjoying the reveals. Oh, before you go, I mean, it was kind of funny that you sent me the picture of Ame in her new dress literally 5 minutes before I got to the part where she revealed her new dress. Yeah, I watched all the dress reveals. I thought I was watching it in order, but I ended up watching Kiara's last, and she was supposed to be first. But other than that, I watched them all. It was pretty good. They have all the different factions on here. Wow. I did not realize it was that far apart, to be honest. Well, enjoy your stream. I'm gonna get back to try to get about an hour's worth of story in here. Or I'll never finish these, like, 98 quests.
Pray forgive me. I was delayed.
It's fine, Moriange. We're all here now.
Let's get down to business then, shall we? Come what may, we must prevent the Telophoroi's plans from coming to fruition. At present, I see two paths for gathering the information which may aid us in achieving that goal. The first involves an investigation into the change which has come over Sharlayan, not to mention the recent inscrutable behavior of the Forum. As most of you know, the 99 members of the Forum are elected from the general populace. This alone guarantees a plethora of opinion with regards to foreign policy. The bibliotheques, for example, are a group of conservatives which would have Sharlayan focus on recording history, while remaining entirely uninvolved in the making of it. And at the other extreme, we have advocates for proactive diplomacy and direct intervention. My grandfather Galef was one such member, as was Archon Louisois. Yet despite our diverse factions and philosophies, the recent vote to deny Eorzea's request for assistance was unanimous. Even more concerning was the fact that many cited other, more pressing duties as justification for their recalcitrance.
Fortuno's refusal in Gridania had those same undertones. 'Twas as if, having stared unblinking into the face of impending doom, he had simply turned away to pursue something more important. But what could that possibly be?
A mystery indeed, and one which I ask for your help to solve. Our future may depend on it.
I mean, conspiracy theorist here, but it's always the Ascians. Everything's always the Ascians. They're being distracted by something. They think they're doing good, but their Ascians always make it seem like you're doing good, but you're doing bad. You're doing their bidding.
As for our second potential path, it concerns a request made directly to the students of Baldessian. Our organization was founded primarily to study strange and unexplained phenomena the world over. Mysterious relics and ruins, arcane disturbances, and so forth. Compared to our more isolationist Sharlayan colleagues, we have strong connections overseas, namely with scholars and academics who share our passion for the unknown. The request in question comes from one such acquaintance, Nadana, an alchemist residing in distant Fafnir.
Fafnir.
Her missive describes the sudden appearance of a tower, and the subsequent summoning of what I can only assume is a lunar primal. In response to this threat, the satrap of Radzat-Han, the individual who governs the city-state, has instructed the alchemists to find a means to deal with the spire.
The artisans of that land are heirs to an ancient tradition, one rather unlike that of their Uldan counterparts. 'Tis possible, nay, probable, that they have gleaned truths unattainable by Eorzea or her Far Eastern allies.
They do, in fact, appear to have a strategy in mind, though it will require further research. To that end, they have requested an introduction to a capable warrior shielded by the blessing of light.
Assuming we divide our forces to pursue both of Kral's lines of inquiry, then having you join the group heading to Thavnair would seem the obvious choice. But the investigation in Sharlayan is of vital importance as well. Equal, I think, to the Thavnarian one, given that the fate of the world may hinge on the results of both.
Yes, it is quite the quandary. Though it is a great imposition and an altogether too common one, our efforts would be more likely to succeed were you to lead the charge on both fronts.
What about Ferndale or whatever her name is? We should send her.
You are indeed our champion. As to which task to tackle first, we will defer to your decision. Let us next decide how everyone else might best be assigned. As for myself, I shall continue what I've begun in Sharlayan. I should also like to steal the services of an Archon or two.
And thereby gain access to a greater range of reading material. I will help with that.
Allow me to offer my assistance. I have some small amount of experience in the field of research.
Alize and I would also like to help, if you would have us.
Anything to understand even a fraction of what our father and the Forum might be thinking.
Of course, the more the merrier.
Right. The rest of us will make the journey to Thavner. Thoughts? Objections?
I passed through Thavner on my way to infiltrate the Empire, and though I'm not qualified to give a guided tour, I did gain a sense of where things lie.
I'll be happy to have you along then. So for this group, it will be you, me, and Urianger.
Give me a moment afterwards, and I'll supply you with all the details of Nadana's request. Consider this hall our rendezvous point once our respective tasks are complete. May our investigations prove fruitful.
They do like filling up the quest log, don't they? Kind of want to know what happens to Charlian. Looks like they're gonna let me pick up both. Oh. He's worried about seeing his dead ex-girlfriend's parents. The world's almost, like, on the verge of being destroyed. That quest accepted sound BMG or whatever. BGM? I don't know. It's kind of loud. Well, after I grab this Aetheryte, I'm gonna call it quits for tonight. I figured this is a good stopping point rather than actually starting a quest line. You know, I technically did pick them up and see the first dialogue and cutscene. But it is, tomorrow's the last day before reset, but I haven't done my fates or my chocobo kills yet, and who knows what happens tomorrow, so I would like to get most of it done. But I will be hopefully getting a little more streaming done tomorrow and aiming to finish the Charlian quest line. I feel like I want to get the Louis Sois family, the Levier family's conflict resolved. I want to meet the twins' mother. Just really want to know what's going to happen with that. So I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. Let's see what this blue quest is real fast. I'm interested. It's probably the nut quests or whatever they're called. Oh, I just need to level up. Okay. Give me a half a minute. Let's see. Oh my gosh, look at me leveling up. Oh. You gotta be 83 with the combat class and finish part of the storyline. Probably the 83 part, or get to the 83 part, which is most likely these 80 ones will go get you all the way up to 83 probably. Like halfway through, each one will probably turn to 81 or something. And they'll probably have a dungeon at the end of each one and skip 82. That's just my guess. Haven't looked it up. You can buy the new materia for not nuts currency. Alright folks, calling it quits here. It's been fun. Hope everybody has a good night. Part 2 should be coming around tomorrow. And not trying to rush the story. I want everyone to be able to enjoy it, including myself. Most importantly me. Because you could play the game yourself if you really wanted. It's a great game, and if you haven't played it, I highly recommend you don't watch anymore. Ignore everything I just said. Erase everything from your memory and play the game. This game is expansive. It's been out for years. I hate to throw out dates and be wrong, but I think it's been like 8 years or something. Give or take, somewhere in there. I lose track of time. But I've been playing since right before Stormblood came out. I started playing 3 months before Stormblood came out. Stopped playing for like a year in Stormblood, and then stopped playing for about a year before Shadowbringer came out. Endwalker. At the end of Shadowbringer, I stopped for about a year. Just took a little break. I was actually logging in every day, going and doing my scratch-off tickets in the gold saucer to get MGP currency. But I'll do a stream for a couple different things in the future other than storyline. But the storyline's amazing. Don't skip it. It's a shame if anybody ever tells me they skipped it. This game literally has the best storyline of any game I've ever played. And I've played lots and lots. I mean, probably hundreds of games. Anyone that says the storyline in this game isn't good, well, go play COD then. I don't know. Fortnite would be for you. I bet Fortnite's story's good, isn't it? Everyone can have their own opinion, but I've played lots and lots of games, and this game is like playing a book, a fantasy book. It's amazing. Give it a chance. Please. They also have a free version of this game, and you can play, last time I checked, I think it's through Heaven's Ward. I'm assuming it's post-content. So that's like the first, I could be wrong about this, but I think it's the first 400 main storyline quests. Free. Spend some time on your customization, decide what you want to play. The great thing is you only need one character. Just the important thing to note is you gotta join the server you're gonna play on. You need to be at least in the same data center as your friends if you're playing with anybody else. You cannot play in other data centers. I switched to Spriggan, which is the server, not the data center. I think I'm in Chaos? I don't know. I could be wrong about that. But I'm in Spriggan, and it's a European one. I know I'm in the United States, but my friends are in South Africa, and this is the best server for their latency. So I paid, I think it was like $15 or $14.99 or something to switch over to this server, so I could play with them. So instead of having to pay money, and you can only do that every 90 days, You can only switch servers every 90 days. And the server can't be full, too. So, just be aware of all that. Join the correct server for you. My FC, as long as you're a cool person, as long as if you join Spriggan, you're welcome to join me. We are the Strays of Eorzea. So, if you're interested, send me a message through the PlayStation Network, Glacier_Silver, GLACIER_Silver, SILVER, or you can message me on YouTube, and as long as we have room, I'll let people in. We have a Discord. They play at different times as me. No one's actually on right now, I don't think. They're should all be in bed right now. I believe it's like 5 a.m. for them. Some of them might be coming on, and it's Monday. They probably gotta work. But we have a small guild, a small FC. But anybody's welcome to join as long as you're cool. As long as you're not annoying and you're fun. You don't have to do stuff with us, but we have room. Thanks everybody for joining me. I'm just gonna keep this going for another 2.5 minutes so I can hit that 2-hour mark. After looking at the time, I just want to hit the 2-hour mark. Just a little history on me and MMORPGs. I've played quite a few of them. I played World of Warcraft for 4 years, and then I've got about 81 or so hours of playtime on Final Fantasy XIV right now, which isn't that much. I've kind of been casual, not hardcore in this game like I was in World of Warcraft. I had like 128 or 131 or something like that play time days in World of Warcraft in 4 years. Even had a GM once kick me out of the game right after some kid or something drank too many energy drinks and died of a heart attack or something like that back in the day. And they had threw a new policy out, you couldn't play too long. Well, I played 18 hours straight or something. Out of nowhere, they were like, take a break, log out of the game for a couple hours, or we're going to kick you out. 1 hour later, the GM literally bans me for 24 hours. Not why I quit the game, but just an interesting story. So I was really hardcore back then. I was a raider. Killed the Lich King when the Lich King was the end-all be-all. I had the Kingslayer title. I was so proud of that. I beat World of Warcraft, because normally MMOs don't have an end, but when the final boss exists, yeah, I beat him. Fanboys argue with me, I dare ya. But, no, I spent a lot of time in that game, really enjoyed it. I think the rating for that game is better. Sorry, Final Fantasy, but I think World of Warcraft's rating during that time period is better than what I've experienced in Final Fantasy. I haven't experienced all of it, so don't get me wrong. It's just maybe it's because it's what molded what I believe ratings should be. That might be it. But I'm not saying I dislike Final Fantasy's rating system. It's more casual, unless you get into the ultimates and the end high level savages. And then you do need a static, which means a permanent group. But I do think that from where I was sitting back then, I enjoyed the raiding in World of Warcraft better. But I also had a raid team, a raid group. I was in a raiding guild, and we had the same 10 people. We also had a 24-man every week. It was awesome. Well, guys, that was my first public live stream. Not ever, but in a long time. I hope people watch this later and enjoy it. Don't hesitate to subscribe, like, comment. If you would prefer me to do something else, have suggestions, let me know. But I'm just trying to iron out how my system's going to work. Everyone have a good night. Thanks for joining me.